Hi Kiwi! Alright, we are back at Pokemon Shining Pearl, and I apparently saved right in front of a trainer's aggro zone, so I am just getting locked right into combat. I was taking a moment to recuperate my memories of, that's a sentence, to remember what happened in the last episode, because it's been a little bit of a break since I played. We lost Kerfufflefump almost immediately, and Captain Squawk is hurting really bad. I was actually going to commit going back to a gym, or back to a Poke Center, geez. Going back to a Poke Center and healing up. Regrettably, we're going to be taking a fight first. Now, really the question is, do I take Plantain Arms back onto the, or do I get Plantain Arms on the team, our Geodude that will desperately need a whole bunch of levels to become any degree of functional, or do I accept a 5 Pokemon team for a little bit, so I don't have to run the risk of another Pokemon being consumed, and having something as backup when one of these guys inevitably evolves. I don't remember when these guys evolve. Turtles I know is going to be mid-30s. Captain Squawk is probably going to be late 20s to mid-30s as well. Pine Tree similarly. I don't remember when Gastrodon happens, but I'm going to guess late 20s.
I concede. You're in a different class.
I don't know why that is her voice. We're gonna go with it. Okay. But anyway, I was just caught a little bit off guard there. I think I'm gonna commit to the idea of just pressing forward for now. We've taken enough time in Floraroma Town. Let's move along. This will be our team for now. It's a team of 5 with a dead body of a beloved weasel. Did the time of day just shift, or what just happened? We went from like sunset to nighttime or daytime. Like, did you see that? That was weird.
Oh, I don't know. Should I play a little?
Also, I haven't done any sort of voice acting in a while, so I'm definitely going to be kind of remembering how my voice works, apparently. I've mostly just been talking like a normal human to other human beings. Anyway, they've got a Piplup, we've got a bird. Bird on bird action, my bird better. Also, for those who are still tuned in, aside from Kiwi, I'm curious for feedback. Does anyone have any opinions on if they favor kind of me cutting out sections and just skipping ahead, or just leaving the full gameplay in, accepting that things are going to be a little bit slower? I still anticipate I'll probably cut out some of the town exploration bits, just because those are kind of... It's a little bit of flavor text, but it's kind of bland. I mean, when you do flavor text in Undertale, for example, it's meaningful, it's fun, and it's often very quirky. Pokemon tends to be, let's say, vanilla. It doesn't do much to excite or pique the interest, so I will I'll check the comments. I mean, I always check the comments, but certainly on this one, if anyone has any feedback on whether I should keep it out, I'm curious because I've kind of messed around with both options in this series, and I haven't landed on quite a fit that works perfectly for me. For this episode in particular, though, I am going to just take as much of the footage as I can get, simply because I am, in typical fashion, kind of recording these as they go up, pretty much. I'm in kind of the final peak of my work season, and after that I should be in a much better, my time will free up a bit more, and I'll be able to more reliably record. I get the feeling she's gonna let us sleep in this bed and heal up.
You think you can get through a turn of forest by yourself?
Okay, but random bug catcher.
You seem to be tired. Rest a while.
I'm gonna take it. Let's assume that I think I had only 2 Poke Center uses left, so this will bring us down to 1. We could use a rival battle or a gym leader.
You and your Pokemon look completely refreshed.
Cool. And now let me actually reorganize. I think I'm probably gonna keep Pine Tree up front. We're gonna run into some rock types, but I'll switch out to Manny, the Dude Buster, or the Doof to handle those guys, I think, because both of them have good water type move options. I think they both actually have Water Pulse, which is quite nice. Eterna Forest. Maybe I do actually want to... I'm gonna switch the Doof into the front. That way she can whittle down whatever our first encounter in this area is going to be. And actually, I meant to check. What is your ability? Did we get Unaware? Darn. I believe... What is it? Hyper Power or Super Power? Or, oh gosh, I'm forgetting. Huge Power. That's it. I think B-Barrel can get Huge Power. I might be just mixing that up with a Zoomeril. But if they can get it, Huge Power basically doubles the attack stat, which is why only Pokemon with really low base attack stats typically get that ability. I don't think we're getting through here, so I guess we're entering the forest naturally. What have you got to say, kiddo?
Many poison-type Pokemon make Eterna Forest their home, but I didn't buy antidotes. What should I do? Do I press on or go back?
Okay, so that's spooky, because as mentioned before in many of the episodes, poison is lethal. And we sacrificed Fast Deference, who probably couldn't have gotten poisoned. I don't think poison types can get poisoned anymore. I might be mistaken about that. But regrettably, it means we're going to be risking some seemingly harmless Pokemon, maybe the very epitome of death-inducing. Oh, I remember you.
Hi, or hello. My name's Cheryl, and you are? Okay, so your name is Jeff. I'm sincerely glad to meet you. Jeff, may I ask you a big favor? I want to get through this forest, but I'm afraid of doing it alone. I've heard that there is a sinister group of people called Team Galactic about. I think there will be safety in numbers. Please, may I go through with you?
You decided to go with Cheryl. Not gonna lie, as a kid, I think I had a crush on Cheryl. I don't know why. I guess I just like the color green. And, I don't know, Pokemon. Oh well.
I'll keep your Pokemon in perfect health.
Cool, thanks, Cheryl. Maybe it was more so like she was a really good. I liked her as a partner in the. Oh, this music, Huey. This is super nostalgic. I have fallen asleep to this theme. I'm now realizing. Anyway,
My Pokemon got poisoned and now it can't battle. I knew I should have loaded up on antidotes at the Pokemart.
all right. I feel like I'm using the same voice for pretty much everyone here. I also do not know what that accent for Cheryl was. All right, here comes our first encounter when it decides to load in. Hopefully Cheryl doesn't help beat this up. A Wurmple and a Skulkoon? No, that's a Cascoon. Okay. Oh, I want to catch both of these, but Chansey's probably going to knock one of them out. All right, well, I guess since I found both of them, I can choose either or. I think I picked Cascoon just because it's already partially evolved. Neither Dustox nor Beautifly really entice me. But let's go ahead and hit Cascoon with a Tackle and see where it gets us. Actually, Water Gun has the same base damage, but we'll... I guess both get stabbed, so it doesn't matter. I don't know which stat is higher. I'm going to assume my attack stat is higher, so I'm going to use Water Gun in the hopes that it does slightly less damage than if I were to use... Oh, Chansey, please do not... Okay, at least it's not using a move that will knock us out. I think Sweet Kiss lower... Oh, uh-oh. Cascoon might knock itself out here, which would be unfortunate. So I guess we're just going to be doing double battles in this forest. Come on. Oh, okay, perfect. Awesome. Oh, I like that. I like that animation. It like makes little spikes coming out of its body. That's a cool little animation they gave it. It's a lot more personality than I got in the original game, that's for sure. All right, let's go ahead and... Oh, okay, so we have to knock out one of these guys to catch the other. Ooh, I don't like that because that means... Something tells me Cascoon is probably going to get knocked out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tackle Wurmple. We'll see what Cheryl does. Wurmple's probably going to get knocked out by Tackle. No, really? Okay. I don't know why Chansey... Cheryl really wants Chansey to kiss that Cascoon. Alright, I have a feeling Cascoon's probably going to knock itself out here. No, okay. There's a chance it doesn't knock itself out if it's hardening? I forget. So, I know the damage inflicted to itself when confused is, based on the attack stat of the Pokemon that's confused. I do not know how their defense stat plays into that number, but I'm going to bank on Cascoon inevitably knocking itself out here, but we'll try for it. Now, typically in Nuzlocke, if a Pokemon is knocked out, and it's your first encounter, that does use up your first encounter and you can't catch anything else in the area and use it on your team. And I'll probably maintain that rule here because that would be extremely unfortunate and inconvenient if this Cascoon was so lucky to not hit itself so many times in a row and then... Wow, this is an extremely lucky Cascoon, or maybe unlucky since it's joining our team, most likely just for the sake of being fodder. But hey, I'll take it, and now I am guaranteed the catch. I feel like kind of what we need right now is to get rid of Cheryl as quick as possible because she's going to be more of a liability and an inconvenience to potentially make us lose the catches we would get otherwise here. But we'll take what we can get. Anyway, I was going to say before we kind of ran into Cheryl that I am going to probably take most of the footage of this episode, even if it takes us the whole episode to get through Eterna Forest, unfortunately, just because I am kind of recording these. Wait, how did Kerfufflefump? Oh, right. Okay, right. Because we healed Kerfufflefump got revived. I'll have to just deposit him in a PC, I guess. Cascoon's data will be added to the Pokedex.
Encased within its tough cocoon, it endures attacks and never forgets the appearance of its foes.
Never forget me, Cascoon. Now, we do need a name for you. I'm gonna name you Soup Spoon. Why? Why indeed? Actually, you know what? I like this better. Hold on. Not soup spoon, soup bread. You know what this needs? 1 second. Soup bread. And then with a heart. Soup bread heart. I canceled out the nickname. I messed up. We all know that this Cascoon is named Soup Bread Heart in our heart, I guess. Oops. Well, anyway, yeah, so I'm kind of uploading as I'm recording this week just because I'm super busy on work, and so I've got only so much of a surplus of videos to kind of carry me through that. If I recall, this is the stone that lets Eevee evolve into Leafeon. The rock is covered in moss. It feels pleasantly cool. But anyway, yeah, so forgive me if this is going to be mostly just kind of the whole picture on this one, but it's a delicate balance between maintaining content on this channel and maintaining a work-life balance and having time with Kiwi as well.
We're just out on a power walk.
What's cool? What's cool, you might ask? No, I'll tell you anyway. Bug Pokemon.
But comparing this episode to some of the earlier episodes where like I skipped around in Orberg City or Floroma Town or that sort of thing, let me know how it compares and what your opinions are if you're still listening. I'm very open to feedback and I do read the comments. Yeah, I still maintain I really like Cheryl's design. I don't know, it's the hair braid, it's the cute dress, but I have better crushes in my life right now, particularly the one I'm engaged to. Anyway, let's see. I can't catch these. I was briefly thinking about, who should I catch? And then I realized, oh, this is a trainer battle, and we're not playing Pokemon Coliseum, which, Kiwi, I would love to play Pokemon Coliseum on this channel. I just don't have a good way of recording it other than using an emulator. And I don't know if I'm quite comfortable doing emulators just yet. Plus, there are a whole bunch of other, there are a whole lot of other things I might be inclined to do. What was it that I made the rule for paralysis? It wasn't that I couldn't heal, it wasn't that I couldn't switch. Or was it? Was it a paralyzed Pokemon has to be switched immediately? I think that was confusion. No, that's what it is. Paralyzed Pokemon cannot switch. That's what it was. Okay. So, the Doof can no longer switch out, but it also can't get poisoned, which is nice. Maybe I don't commit to rollout, though, because Pachirisu will probably knock us out if Chansey doesn't use Soft Boiled on us. I forget if Soft Boiled can be used on partner Pokemon in double battles or not. We'll find out soon enough, because Cheryl did say she's going to keep our Pokemon healthy. She's not doing a good job of that, especially if she's going to miss those moves. And we've been paralyzed 2 times in a row. Great. At least they're focusing down the Chansey, who is a giant wad of meat and one of the best tank Pokemon in Gen 4. Only second to Blissey, its evolved form that has like 10 more HP and a better special defense and special attack. Eventually, we'll hopefully hit one of these guys with some sort of move. But I may get to the point of having to use a Paralyze Heal and just switching out because this is vaguely painful. I haven't gotten a turn with that Paralysis, and I keep getting my stats dropped. And then Chansey is... I get the sense that Chansey has not a single attacking move, and that's 3 times in a row. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Paralysis has a 25% chance of... Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I did not know that, 1, of the ability healer, and 2, that it was a double battle sort of effect like that. That's cool. So, Chansey apparently has an ability called Healer, which has I'm gonna guess a 30% base chance of removing status ailments of your allied Pokemon. That's really, really cool. I appreciate that. Anyway, I completely lost my train of thought. Don't crit, please, because the Doof will get knocked out by a crit here, and the last thing we need is another death on this playthrough, let's be honest. Since the Doof is no longer paralyzed, I do think I'm going to switch out here to something a little bit safer. Turtor sounds like a bad idea because that bug type will be super effective. Manny is a water type, and oh, we have a really bad weakness to electric type, so I think Captain Squawk is the right choice here. So I can at least bite the Pachirisu and knock out its HP that way. And I believe Beautify is bug flying type, so we should be able to knock the Beautify out with one of our good electric type moves. I think we have Spark now on him. Wow. I had 3 turns straight of paralysis though. I think that's where I was going before. Which, if it has a 25% chance of activating, that's the odds were not in my favor. What is that? Like a 6% chance of happening? Maybe what is that? 25 times 25 times 25, or 0.25 times 0.25 times 0.25. I think that would be like 6.125 maybe. Don't quote me on that. I don't like to do math in my head, and especially not when I'm thinking. Wait, when am I thinking about math? Anyway, we'll take out the Beautifly at this point. Pachirisu is no longer a threat since I have Captain Squawk on the field. I should see if this game lets you send Pokemon from your party to your PC immediately, because I know I've seen that they do that in Arceus. I don't know if they do that in the mainline games yet. It was a pretty cool feature. I have not. So full conversation is I have not played Legends Arceus yet. I probably will at some point. Why do you have 3 Pokemon? Jeez, like suddenly the difficulties are. I have been spoiled by Let's Go Eevee, playing with Kiwi that game. And all the trainers have like at most 2 Pokemon, generally 1. Suddenly we're going up against trainers with multiples of like 2s and 3s, and it's like, okay, I have not like mentally adjusted to this sudden, like slight increase in difficulty. It really isn't that spooky, I think, in the most cases. I mean, these guys are relatively underleveled compared to what we've got, or actually maybe not so much. They're only a couple levels different. I mean, 5 levels is substantial, so I don't know. I think out of fear of potential Poison Sting from Silcoon, we'll take out Silcoon first here. I'm not afraid of Pachirisu, although Kiwi, I think I've told you about this before, but Pachirisu actually has a legendarily famous victory as a world champion in competitive Pokemon. I think he teamed up with a Groudon, maybe? But Pachirisu has really good supporting moves, Helping Hand, Follow Me, I think it gets. And those are some of the best supporting moves in the game. Helping Hand increases your partner in a double battle's damage by, I want to say 50%, and then Follow Me forces the opponent to attack the user instead of potentially the opponent's other Pokemon. And so it's a very, like defensively and offensively, it's not that impressive, but it gets Thunder Wave, so it could paralyze opponents. I don't remember what its 4th move was, but I'm pretty sure those were at least 3 of the moves it had. But anyway, I just remember this guy who won the World Championships. I think it was in 2018, maybe 2017. I'm not 100% sure, but it was a absolutely legendary moment. Who's trying to learn Taunt here? I didn't actually read. Let's see. Oh. If this was competitive, Taunt's a really good move because it prevents your opponent from using any kind of setup moves or non-offensive moves. But in non-competitive or in casual, it's kind of very hit or miss. There are probably some instances where it's really good, and maybe I should take it just to have as a backup. But
oh, it's you. It bugs me when people ignore the awesome coolness of bug Pokemon.
But yeah, it's Pachirisu will go on in our hearts. I remember him having a little Pachirisu plushie that he presented when he won the final battle. It was such a legendary moment. Looks like we're just gonna be going up double against double. Did she? I guess she heals the Doof after battles because I don't have any damage on him. That or we never got hit, and those guys never used a single offensive move.
When a trainer and a Pokemon bond as one, a wondrous power is born.
I see it. I see it. I see you going down in defeat.
All right. Is that a feet pun because they're both barefoot? Oh, they're psychics. I thought they were like karate people for some reason because they have little black belts and half height shorts. What's the term for legs that are, or pant legs that are shorter than they should be, but too long to be shorts? Anyway, these Abras may have Charge Beam if they're going to be like that other Pokemon we fought, so I am going to switch out to Turturs here, I think, and play it a little bit safer. We have 2 good answers to Electric-type Pokemon between Turturs and Captain Squawk, but we also have a huge Ice and Flying or Ice and Ooh, see? I called it. Although, I guess, yeah, no, the Doof would have been hit by that by super effective damage, so I am very glad I had Foresight on this. It isn't Charge Beam, but Energy Ball is just as threatening. Energy Ball, for context, is a pretty high base damage grass type move, so it would have been super effective. But thankfully switching out to Turters will give us the resistances we need. I will also go ahead and use Late Razor Leaf because it will hit both of them. And honestly, this will probably do less. Oh wow, that did way more damage to Chansey than I expected. Only 12 damage, so not a whole lot when she has 111 damage. It does 1/10 of her HP, but definitely more than I would have expected, given, again, Chansey is a ridiculously specially defensive Pokemon. It has one of the highest base HPs in the game. Again, Blissey beats it by maybe like, I think Blissey's max HP with full HP EVs and IVs is 714, if I recall. And I only know this because I used Blissey on my team and then Chansey with Eviolite come Gen 5 for most of my competitive team. She was always my special wall, if you will, a giant lump of you can't hit me with your special attack type moves.
It is I who has gone down in defeat.
Nice chunk of change. We'll definitely have a nice trip to a Pokemart soon. Alright. I'm not really gonna go hunting for new Pokemon here just because I would like to deposit Kerfufflepump. Oh hey, a Baniri. That evolves into a very concerning set of internet enthusiasts' favorite Pokemon. Let's not say any more about that. But I don't think I caught Wurmple. No, we had to knock it out. I'd rather catch Baniri though, so I'll knock out this Wurmple first. And then we'll work on whittling down Baniri. I guess I'm not gonna go out of my way to find new Pokemon here. I will catch a Wurmple, but I would like to at least deposit Kerfufflepump first. I'll also have to check if you can nickname your Pokemon in your PC. So basically, between Let's Go Eevee and Arceus, I've kind of gotten used to the ways of manipulating your party from within, from not at a PC. This may knock out Baniri. Okay, we're fine. And as long as Chansey doesn't do anything excessive. Nope, okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and catch a Baniri. Now, the question is, what are we going to name this Baniri once we catch it? I'm feeling Fever Pants. Yeah, that sounds good. Baniri's data will be added to the Pokedex.
Baniri, when it senses danger, it perks up its ears. On cold nights, it sleeps with its head tucked into its fur.
Sounds cute. Like, at base design, it's very cute. It's just the evolved form is a little bit too anthropomorphized, and there's just a part of the internet that's super into that. I'm not judging them for it, it's just not my cup of tea. You live your life the best way you want. If you have the money to spend on an expensive, lavish fursuit, I respect that. Fever Pants it is. Alright, to the box. Never be seen again. Looking at its ears, they kind of look like donuts. I'm hungry. Actually, no, I'm not. I ate a very good dinner. We made a stir fry of green beans, broccoli. Ooh, a Mischievous. I love Mischievous. I used to have a little, I think I still do. I have a little plastic figurine of Mischievous. Okay. Well, let's get rid of this Wurmple. I didn't know you could catch Mischievous here. That's exciting. A shame we couldn't get her as our first catch of the area. That would have been really cool. Miss Magius is actually very solid. Good speed and good special attack. Kind of a good ghost type all around. Maybe not quite out-competing Gengar. Maybe not quite out, and certainly not out-competing Chandelure in the following generation. But nonetheless, solid all around. Now the challenge here is simply a matter of how do I damage her? I guess I go for the water gun. I don't think it'll knock her out. Oh, him out rather. Sorry, didn't see the gender symbol there. All right, let's risk it. Water gun it is. Okay. I guess it has more special defense than I was willing to give it credit for. Do any of the opposing Pokemon ever hit themselves in confusion? Now, I shouldn't complain about that because I really don't want her to. But I'm gonna just throw a Pokeball here and see if we get lucky. Now, once again, we have to ask the question, what are we gonna name this Mischievous? This one I don't have a good picture in my head of what to call it just yet. But, let's see. I mean, I like the necklace they have. So, what would a armless, legless Pokemon with a pretty pearl necklace and a ghost-like theme about it be called?
Mischievous. It gets nourishment from fear that it absorbs into its red orbs. During the daytime, it sleeps in the shadows.
Alright, I think I have the perfect name. We're gonna name you... Anklet. How about Anklet? There we go, Anklet. Like a combination of anklet and bracelet. Oh wait, they both end in let. Never mind. Okay, I need sleep, Kiwi. That was to the box with you. Let's never talk about this again. Until you inevitably hear this recording and laugh at me for my I'm gonna combine a word. I'm gonna combine two words that end in the same second syllable and feel proud of myself for combining those two words like I made a new word. Whatever. Okay, yeah, so she's definitely healing us up to full after each battle, which is nice of her, but maybe a little bit in excess of what we needed. I guess I didn't need to waste that heal at that cabin. Oh well, I didn't know. I think we'll continue to lead with the Doof for now, because it's mostly going to be bug types. Like, these guys are both bug catchers. Let's see what they have to offer.
My senses tingle. I've spotted a rare Pokemon.
Here comes the swarm. They're both Tristan. They're just both Tristan. This is fine. Donald and Philip. Okay. Burmy and a Wurmple. So I'm just gonna have the Doof use Rollout. Burmy's a little sketchy because I believe it's a bug grass type, so it could have something like Razor Leaf or Leaf Edge maybe. But that's why we're gonna target it first. And hopefully not lock the Doof into its own inevitable undoing. It'd be really cool if... Oh, perfect. Chansey actually used a move that does damage, so Burmy will get knocked out here, and we're perfectly safe. As far as design goes, I kind of like Burmy, I kind of don't like Burmy. I think it's kind of cute overall, especially when you appreciate that it is just the gray worm, and then the leaves around it are kind of just like dressing that it picks on itself, and as it evolves, it gets even more of that. It evolves into what, Wormadon, I think? Kricketune? 1, I love its sound effect. 2, I love its design. I don't know why. It's the mustache. It's gotta be the mustache. I feel like in a previous episode I said it doesn't do anything for me. I'm taking that back. That mustache does something special. That mustache is like 110% unnecessary, and that just makes it better. We're just locked into rollout, so I don't even have any control over this battle. It's just kind of on autopilot. I just have to press A to let the dialogue play out. But I just like to picture B-Barrel just rolling around at the speed of sound, got places to go, gotta follow his rainbow, and just trampling every living creature in its path. You know, it's basically, if you've ever seen Sonic Adventure's first level, City Escape, these bug Pokemon are the cars. The cars that you just go skateboarding through. This Dustox is gonna have a bad time if our 90% accuracy hits it, which it does. You know, I have to say, back in Gen 2, like, I have very distinct memories of using Rollout in Pokemon Stadium 2. Its accuracy must have been lower than 90% because it feels like it would miss after like 1 or 2 attempts. It never felt this reliable, but I've hit it every time I've used it. Oh, this poor Cascoon doesn't stand a chance. Gonna get squashed like the bug Pokemon it is. And wha-bam. Just a whole lot of squashed bugs in this area. These bug catchers are gonna be very disappointed. I have to say, we've gotten a fair bit of experience and levels on all our whole team, except for Kerfufflefump, whose doesn't count. I guess the real question is Kerfufflefump stealing experience from the rest of the team? Like, is it a lump sum of experience that is then divided equally between the other members? Or is it, based, it's the same no matter what. It's a base amount for everyone, or it's divided between them equally. Whoa! These are good voice lines. Tristan is definitely the voice. I call it Tristan because it's based on Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series, Tristan Timothy Taylor. And I feel like his voice is one of the most consistent voices I have for like properly expressing emotion. He's definitely one I can shout in, I can sing in, I can like go over the top trainer's tips. In forests and caves, there are many items on the ground that can't be seen in the murky darkness. Take time and search carefully. Only if I had time. I don't have time, and I found a potion instead. Cool. Unless that's what they're referring to, but I'm pretty sure they're referring to, like, right here might be an item if it's Like, if you look carefully, they do give you little, like, noticeable ground markers for some hidden items. So it never hurts to check those. But I'm making a good pace. Alright, let's see. Why don't we do this one last battle and then we'll call it an episode, because we should be mostly through Eterna Forest at this point. It is funny just hearing this music and realizing how much I've fallen asleep to it, how many times I've either done like paperwork or fallen asleep to it.
This forest, it's strange, you know. It seems to fill me with energy.
Oh, that was a girl. Oops. Oh well.
A strange present.
Okay, not doing that voice, never mind.
A strange presence has been felt. It is emanating from you. You!
I like that they have the little animation to their Pokeball there. Okay, Psyduck and Metachan, or Metatot. Oh gosh, I'm having a moment. Metatite, there we go, Metatite. I was thinking Metachan, but that's his evolved form. Let's see. Doof is probably fine to stay out for both of these guys. Water Gun won't do so much for me. It seems that Water Gun does do more damage than Headbutt, so actually Headbutt has a higher base damage. Here, let me check something. Doof, what is your special versus attack stat? Attack stat is definitely higher, so Headbutt should objectively do more damage. I say we take out Metatite, because Metatite could hurt Chansey. Not that I expect it to really be able to do any damage, but a good solid... Chansey has really good special defense, not so great physical defense. Even then, it has so much HP, it's not often one hit by fighting type moves, but it is definitely afraid of them. And you don't want to get hit by more than one. And there are some Pokemon that you definitely don't want to get hit by any. Champ could probably one-shot a Chansey with a cross chop, especially if it crits. Conkeldurr, I know back in Gen 5, was absolutely a hard counter to Chansey. He would one-shot her with any base level fighting type move, pretty much. I will do another Headbutt onto Psyduck here. And another victory for us. At least these Psychics aren't overloaded with Pokemon.
Your victory, there is nothing strange about it. Oh, be one with me, my Metatite.
I'm floating in the ambers of nonsense. Exactly.
It's startling. It's startling to see two wild Pokemon appear at the same time.
I forget what accent I gave her, and I'm not good at doing accents or impressions. What I do is kind of my own thing. It's mostly the voices. I'm still learning how to act, and like I've never taken any formal classes, so it's very much like the bare bones degree of learning. But I think this is about the end of Eterna Forest, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode here, and we'll finish it out tomorrow, explore Eterna City, and probably get our next gym badge in the next episode. I hope. We may end up getting a rival battle and a whole bunch of distractions instead. I know we're about to unlock the Grand Underground, which I'm very excited about, but more on that when we unlock it, Kiwi. With all that said, I hope you've enjoyed watching. I hope if you're awake, this is helping you fall asleep. And if you're asleep, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one.